Hello guys, it's your boy 14 Fluffies here again today with another combo video for Blazeman. And today's video isn't really as much of a combo as it is more of a playstyle I've came up with involving Blazeman. What it revolves around is Blazeman and Call of the Haunted, and to me it kind of reminds me of the Deneb Altier train, where you would use a card to, well, and you kind of start off with, Blazeman's kind of like Unu in this case, because you use Unu to ditch Deneb, which in this case would be Blazeman to ditch Shadow Mist in order to get some searches. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. In hand, of course, you need the one Blazeman and the Call of the Haunted, and it doesn't really matter what else is in your hand as long as you don't draw Poly or another Blazeman. So this could be your hand, for example, like a Miracle Fusion, Monk, and Shadow Mist. It's not really ideal, but it's still a completely playable hand for this combo. So, first off, what we're going to do is summon our Elemental Hero Blazeman. I'll just set the hand right here. And then what you're going to do then is send one copy of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist to the graveyard. To the graveyard it goes. And then off of the Shadow Mist, you're going to search. You're going to search the other copy of Elemental Hero Blazeman. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to set any back row that you may have. But in this case, it's just the Call of the Haunted. And then, you just pass turn. And then, whenever your opponent's turn goes by, if Blazeman dies, it dies. It doesn't matter if Blazeman dies. So let's say Blazeman dies in the process. Okay, that's cool, because when your opponent declares their end phase, you're just gonna, you're just going to flip that Call of the Haunted over, and you're going to get back Shadow Mist. And Shadow Mist is gonna go and grab from your deck a Mass Change and add it to the hand. Okay, and at this point, you will now enter your draw phase. Okay, drew Mass Charge. That's alright. So as you can see, you already have pretty decent hand advantage. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand, which isn't something you'd normally see in Heroes after turn 1, because they typically set tons of back row. And I didn't draw into many defensive cards in this opening hand, but you can imagine, I would set any defensive cards I would have. And if you drew into stuff like Form Change, or in this case, like I have in my hand right here, Miracle Fusion, you can extend your play off of those cards. But first off, what you're going to do is you're going to activate the Mass Change. Mass Change away the Shadow Mist for, of course, for Darklaw. And then off of Shadow Mist, you are going to search Elemental Hero Bubbleman. And here's the thing, even if you aren't playing a build like mine and you play 2 copies of Blazeman, this should always work. As long as you play 2 copies of Blazeman and a Poly in the main deck, you should be good. And now you normal summon your Blazeman, and then off of the Blazeman, you will go into your deck and search yet again. And you will add Polymerization. At this point, depending on what you have in hand, you probably don't need to activate the Poly. But at this point, there's no reason really not to activate Poly, because you're just going to use the Bubbleman and the Shadow Mist. Well, you're probably going to use the Bubbleman and the Blazeman on field to make AB 0. So yeah, activate that. Polymerization. Send Bubbleman and Blazeman. Since we already have a Shadow Mist in hand, we already triggered Shadow Mist effect this turn. If this was a different hero, of course I would use this hero in hand. And then we go into the extra deck to summon AB 0. Now, because we have that Mass Charge, we can pull off the regular play, which would be to nuke the opponent's field and try to attempt to attack for game. We're going to use the Mass Charge. We're going to go into our graveyard and grab the Bubbleman and the Mass Change. We don't really have any more search targets for Blazeman, so there's no point of re-adding Blazeman, really. Unless you want to get another Shadow Mist in graveyard. Okay, and at this point what you could do is Mass Change away the AB 0, I'm just going to put that engrave right there. And then we're going to summon Master Hero Acid, nuke the opponent's field. And that goes to grave, and opponent's field has been thoroughly torched. Let's see, because what else could we Miracle Fusion for? Okay, we can't really Miracle Fusion for anything, and this is why I want a Nova Master, just because. Because I can actually get it off with Miracle Fusion and attack for game now. But let's see, I already normal summoned, but as you can see, if you have any other play, like if the Blazeman lives, for example, you can just do all sorts of stuff. Like, this is already, okay, 26 from that, and 26 from that, 24. So that's already 5,000 damage on board, just between these two monsters. So if you have anything else to put on board, you could pretty much game them. So, I think, yeah. So that's the combo. Obviously, I wasn't able to necessarily attack for game with this, but you can see this combo gains a lot of advantage. I mean, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in total. It's just a really advantageous way to play, and it's definitely gains card advantage in the long run, as opposed to just sitting on Dark Claw. I mean, yeah, you're setting yourself a turn behind, but I feel like it's worth it. Obviously, normally I would have went for the Summoner Monk play, but I didn't really want to ditch Miracle Fusion. I'd like to hold on to Miracle Fusion just in case. But you see my point. So, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.